Okay, the next lesson that we're going to do with compound inequalities is solve them. It's not the most logical second lesson to do. The second lesson that's typical to do would be writing from a graph, but that is a little bit more difficult. So I tend to do that at the end when I make you pull all of it together so it's fresh on your mind. So solving, you guys you've done it for like a long time, and it's pretty much like second nature to you. So compound inequalities means two. You either have an or inequality or an and. You solve them both differently. For an or inequality, you're going to solve them both separately, box off separately. For an and inequality, you're going to move what is by the x to both sides, so cloud the both. So we're going to solve ors, and we're going to solve ands. Ors is like doing two of them. Ands is just doing one big one. Okay? So here we go. This first or example here, I have x minus 3 is bigger than negative 2, or x minus 9 is less than negative 20. So how I handle this, I have two separate inequalities. So I'm going to solve both of them. So x minus 3, how do you move the minus?
Yes.
So I'm going to plus 3 to both sides. And I get x is bigger than negative 2 plus 3, 1. Or, because this is all an or now I solve the other one. Minus 9 plus 9 plus 9 to the other side of the inequality. And you get x is less than, they're different, so I subtract them, and it's negative 11. So it's like doing two problems in one. That's the unfortunate thing with this compound, with an or. And looks totally different. An and is more like one big long equation. So you have to think of it kind of like two different equal signs. Don't write that though. I don't want you guys thinking it's equal. But know that for normal algebra, what you do to one side of the equal sign, you do to the other side. Same with inequalities. What you do to one part of the inequality, you need to do to all parts of the inequality. Okay, so what's by my x? What does your instinct tell you I should move? The 5. And how do I move the 5? Plus 5. No. That's the middle part. So now I have to plus 5 everywhere. Do you see what I did there? It's a little different than what we're used to. So I plus 5 to the middle, to the left, to the right. What's negative 2 plus 5?
3.
Is less than x, which is less than 12. That's new. That's definitely a new strategy for you. This one here, this first one we did, not new. I mean, the vocab word of or is new, but it's not a new philosophy. This is new. So how many things do you need to add 5 to on this first one? All of it. And how many parts are there to this and compound? 3. There's a left, there's a middle, there's a right. So whatever you do to the middle, you need to do to the left and right as well. Okay, another or, x over negative 3 is bigger than negative 2. Or x minus 12 is bigger than 1. So or says solve them both separate, so I'm going to solve them separate. How do I move that minus 3? Yeah, I'm going to multiply by a negative, so I need a flip. So multiply by a negative 3, multiply by a negative 3. X flip -2 times -3 is +6. Okay, my other part of this OR compound, I have x minus 12. How do you move minus 12? Plus 12. When you get x is bigger than 13. Put the vocab word back in there at the end, because I want you to know that this is a compound inequality. And if I just see a line, it tells me, do you really know what it is? This is saying x is less than 6 or bigger than 13. I'm not going to make you graph it today, but it would look like this. Less than 6, bigger than 13. Okay. Huh? No. Okay. 5 is, now this is how you read this. 5 is less than 2x minus 3, which is less than 8. That's how I say that. 5 is less than 2x minus 3, which is less than 8. So remember, I have 3 parts. So whatever I do to the middle, I have to do to the left and to the right. So what do you think I should do first? Get rid of the 2 or the 3?
3.
Yep, how?
Add.
So watch. Plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. Eight is less than 2x, which is less than 11. How do I get rid of the 2? Divide. I have 3 parts. So I divide the middle, divide the left, divide the right. 4 is less than x, which is less than whatever 11 halves is. What, 5.5? It's okay that it's a fraction or decimal. So you're going to solve OR compounds today and compounds today. And is the biggest new philosophy here, strategy, because you have to do something. We're used to doing it to 2 things. Today we have to do it to 3. We have a left, a middle, and a right. And let's see, did we meet our learning target? I can solve compounds. Can you solve them?
Yes.
Yes, okay, we're good.